Christa Jacobson, headmistress of the Budo, where we teach authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai Bujutsu. And for those of you who don't know what that is, those are the ancient martial arts of the ninja and samurai. Today in this video, I'm going to be discussing online ninjutsu training. I get a lot of questions on social media, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, various different social media platforms. I get lots of questions regarding online ninjutsu training. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the most common questions, I'm going to answer them, that way you guys get that information. So if you guys are interested in training in authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai Bujutsu, but you don't live next to a dojo, so you're kind of looking at, online ninjutsu training, hopefully this video will help clear up any questions that you might have regarding the training, okay? First and foremost, at the Budo, we do not sell the whole program all at once. I know that that's the more common thing. You want to train in this martial art or that martial art or whatever it is and buy the black belt program and you pay hundreds of dollars for this big box and you get all the information and all the books and all the discs and downloads and all that kind of jazz, right? We don't do that. And I personally just feel that that's bullshit. I think that's the kind of bullshit that just clutters the martial art world, and it's crap. If someone walked into my dojo and they said, hey, can I buy all of the material that you have up to black belt? Can you just show it to me? I'd look at them and say, hell no. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense. So for someone to say, hey, here's some online training, buy the black belt program, and here it is for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and we'll just send it all to you. You know what I mean? To me, that's a little hokey. To me, it's bullshit. But nonetheless, I know lots of other people do it, and I know lots of other people that don't do it. Here at the Budo, I just simply do not do that. So if you are interested in training with the Budo, you will need to buy level number 1. You will train level number 1. When you pass level number 1 test, you can then buy level number 2. We do not sell the full program all at once. Yeah, I just don't want to I've never done that. I never will do that. It's not going to happen here. I saw this one ad just the other day. They said, buy the black belt program and we're going to send you the black belt in the mail on the honor system. And it was like, hundreds of dollars for this particular program. And I was just like, you got to be shitting me. So someone sends them, however many hundreds of dollars it was, they get this box in the mail full of videos and downloads and, and a black belt and a honor system. And I just think, to me, that's martial arts bullshit, and I'm not doing that. So if you guys are watching this video and you're looking for something easy, this is not for you. If you want something that's just going to be handed to you because you spend money, this is not for you. Trust me, there are lots of other organizations that you can give them money and they'll give you a belt. There's lots of other organizations where you can just throw them money and they're going to send you the whole black belt program all at once and send it to you, but that shit ain't going to happen here. Here, you have the same exact requirements in the online dojo as you do in any of the other dojos, whether it's the Hambu dojo or one of the other dojos that we have. Everyone has the same exact requirements, everyone gets the same exact certificate, and everyone has the same exact test across the board. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pick up this particular point of the video is someone is interested in training, and now how do they go about it? Okay, so you go to our website at www.budodninjutsu.com. Once you get there, you're going to click on Online Ninjutsu Training. Now, once you click on that, it'll get you to another little site. Click on Memberships, scroll down, you will purchase level number 1. Now, once you purchase level number 1, you'll get an email sent to you within 24 hours, and it's going to have an email, lots of questions, lots of links, lots of video downloads that you'll get. You'll get some attachments to that particular email. Specifically, you get the Densho pages and some other attachments as well. And you're going to want to print those off and save them to your computer and so on and so forth. And then from there, you want to answer the email so that I know that you got the email. So there's going to be some questions in there. You want to answer the email. And then from there, you're going to start looking at the material, start reading everything over, and kind of get yourself submerged into the concepts and the principles and the training and so on and so forth, right? Once I send that to you, I generally wait another day, sometimes 2 days. So after you get that email, 24 to 48 hours after that, you're going to get another email from me, and it's going to be a video explaining specifically in detail how to go about the training. Now, the video that I'm going to do today is going to be more generic because this is going to be made for YouTube or other social media platform just to give out generic base information so you guys understand how this process works. That video that you would get 24 to 48 hours after you got your initial email, that one's going to be more specific as to how you do certain things. But we don't really need to get in this video because I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. You're interested in training, you've seen our website, you've checked out the website, you like the 7 traditions that we teach, you've seen videos on YouTube, the website, you've read the Goho no Keiko, the philosophy and principles that we teach within our school, the different areas of training that we teach within the school. You click on online training, it gets you to a different page, you click memberships, you go down, level 1, you've purchased it. Within 24 hours, you get an email from me, and that email will have lots of little questions and things like that you'll reply to and kind of answer some questions for us. You're going to have downloads, you'll have links, you'll have some attachments to the email, specifically the Densho pages, which we're going to go over next. You're going to print all that kind of stuff off, save all that stuff to your computer, and start going through the training and watching the videos and kind of getting introduced to the way that we do things. 24 to 48 hours later, you're going to get an email from me with another video that's going to detail how you go about certain things. I'm going to tell you guys up front, 9 out of 10 people that do online training in martial arts, they're bullshit. It's a money-making scam. They don't want to make you good. All they want is money. They'll sell it to you all up front. You're just putting money in their pockets. I agree that the majority of people and organizations are bullshit. I agree. However, just because you offer online training doesn't necessarily mean you're bullshit. I mean, Yale has online classes. Harvard has online classes. So just because you have online training doesn't mean the school's bullshit. Here, you are required to send in review videos, a certain amount of review videos, every single level before you can test. You have to interact with me and this dojo. If you're not interacting with me, if I'm not watching you do techniques, and you haven't sent in your reviews for critique, you cannot test for rank. That's why the review videos are so important, because we want to make sure that the people who are training within our organization are actually developing good skills, good fundamentals, and learning the martial arts the way they should be. So when you get that initial email, you'll get a download that you'll need to download, print off, and you're going to make your Densho. When you do this, it's going to have page number 1 looks like that. It's the 9th kyu, and you're going to have all the information that you need to know for level number 1, right? On level number 1, each one of these sections, so here we have kamae, we have rolls, we have various blocks, various punches, various kicks, and there's 2 kata you need to know. We also have a verbal exam on every test as well, which I'll get to that in a minute. But you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reviews before you could actually take the test. So we're going to talk about this very first review right here, kamae. So on level number 1, you have this specific set of kamae that you need to know to take that review. What you would do, most people have a smartphone, so I assume that most people are going to use their smartphone to record themselves. So what you would do is you would just put your phone down, put it on selfie mode, hit record, and then step back far enough to where the top of the head and the bottoms of the feet are showing. Whatever way that you do it facing the camera is the way that you're going to do it facing the camera to the left and to the right. I'm going to give you an example. If I do a fighting stance like this, notice I'm right side back doing the fighting stance. When I turn to the left, I am right side back facing the left. When I turn to the right, I should still be right side back facing the right. What we do not want, we don't want to be right side back facing the front, right side back facing the left, and then left side back facing the front. The reason for that is I want to be able to see each specific technique from 3 different angles. I want to get a front view of the particular technique. I want to get an inside side view of the particular technique, and I want to get a rear side view of the particular technique. That way, I know that you are doing the technique correctly, and I want to see it from 3 different angles. Now, certain techniques are a little bit more dynamic, and we need to see them from different angles. But those techniques, it will be detailed in the instruction. This is how you shoot this particular technique. These are the angles that I'm going to want to see. Generally speaking, the majority of techniques that you shoot for your review video will be facing the camera to the left and then to the right. Each review video is only 1 to 2 minutes long. They're very short. And in the video that you get from me, I detail how to upload private videos and send private video reviews and submit them to the Budo for review. So that's the kind of stuff that you would get in that second email from me, roughly 24 to 48 hours after the first email. Now, let's get into testing. When you test for rank, right? So now you're gonna take the level 1 exam. When you do that, there's lots of things that you're going to be doing throughout the process of these reviews. There's workouts that you're going to be doing, bag work that you're going to be doing, footwork, training drills that you're going to be doing, lots of other things. It's not just solely focusing on this one section of the page. If you're the kind of person that's like, I'm only going to do this one thing, I'm never going to do anything else, well then you're just not going to be good. There's going to be a point where you just don't go forward. Training in martial arts is more than just, standing in one specific position. I think most of you guys already know that. Now, if you're going to test, all of the tests are based into 3 areas: mind, body, spirit, right? So you have the physical, the mental, and the emotional / spiritual aspect of the martial arts. So how do we test that? On the last page of the Densho pages that you get on the email, right? On the very last page, down here you have what's called Hojo and Do. That's the physical conditioning and the physical requirements of the exam. So when you do test, you would then, same thing, push record, walk out. We do not edit video, there's none of that kind of stuff. You would do the physical requirements that's needed for that specific level, right? So you do that first. The second aspect of the test will be the mind, and you're gonna go through all of the stuff that you learned on the pages, and you're gonna go through it in succession and show that the stuff that you've learned you can now do, and you can apply them and show them and have it at a certain amount of skill. The third part, the spirit. Now the spirit aspect of testing under black belt is probably a little bit different than black belt, but black belt and up. But under black belt, the spirit aspect we call bushiki, or samurai spirit. And a lot of that training is going to be really understanding the history and tradition and the Japanese cultural aspects and things like that. The stuff that's really the kuden, the secrets of the arts and things like that. So it's a verbal exam. So you're going to sit down and you're going to have 3 sections. You have 3 specific sections in your verbal exam. You're going to have a specific amount of historical shinobi jutsu that you have to know. And that's just going to be basic historical ninjutsu, historical samurai bujutsu information that the students need to know on that particular level. There's always going to be, 2, 3, 4 questions on every level that they need to know. And they're very basic, and as they go up through the levels, they become more and more difficult and a little bit more in depth the way that you would answer the specific questions, right? But the first section of the verbal exam will be historical shinobi jutsu, right? The second section is going to be what's called kuden, and that's the stuff that you need to know that's never really written down. In the beginning, it's going to be things that, again, are very basic, like how to tie a belt, explain this, explain that, so on and so forth, right? But again, as you go through, you'll see that the kuden, for the most part, is what details or the aspects within the 7 traditions. The historical shinobi jutsu, or the stuff that's more, I don't want to say it's outside of the 7 traditions, but a lot of it does kind of extend outside of the 7 traditions so that you guys can see what historical sources, historical documents, what is written about the ninja and samurai, and taking that information along with the kuden and understanding that with your training. The third part of the verbal exam, it's called deshitan, which just means like questions and answers, I guess, like student Q&A. And generally speaking, not on all levels, but the majority of the deshitan questions from white belt all the way to black belt, they're terminology questions. Like for level 1, it'll be, what's a temiwaza, striking technique? What's giriwaza, kicking technique? What's ukewaza, blocking technique? I mean, they start out pretty basic, but as you go through, the deshitan's a lot more like knowing the terminology, knowing specific Japanese terms and meanings and things like that that's attached to martial arts, so you can understand that as well as you go through the levels. When you do your test, you will do the physical aspects first. So we have the mind, body, spirit. You do the physical aspects first, which is the requirements under the Hojo and Do section. The second part of your test will be the mind. All the material that you've learned, the kamae, the kata, the waza, whatever techniques that you might have learned, that's the mind. The third aspect of training will be the verbal exam, right? And the verbal exam is going to consist of 3 sections. It's the historical information that you need to know on that level, the kuden attached to the 7 traditions or to the Budo that you need to know, and then the deshitan, which is basically, like I said, student Q&As, terminology, things like that. okay? You always get a review back within 24 to 48 hours. Every now and then we miss one, so if we do miss one, just send us an email. It's not being disrespectful. Just send us a notice, whether you're on, I don't know, whatever form of social media you guys are on, whether it's, like I said, Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Just send a message and to say, hey, did you get an opportunity to check out the review? It's been 48 hours. That's not being disrespectful. Sometimes we just miss it, right? So just if you haven't heard from us in 24, send us a quick little reminder and we'll get to it ASAP. Generally though, you will get a response within 24 to 48 hours. I've made lots of videos about, what Q ranks mean, Dan ranks, don't be a first Dan master and all that bullshit that you see. And I'm not gonna really try to rehash a lot of the stuff that I've put in a lot of other videos, but if you guys are doing online training, you have to understand that you are doing online training. And I know that sounds like no shit, but you'd be surprised at how many people think it's something that it's just not. So one thing that's not going to happen. You don't join the online dojo and then you get this training partner sent to you in the mail, right? It just doesn't happen. So if you're not the kind of person that can, get off your ass and train and work out and be self-motivated, if you're not dedicated and self-motivated and want to do something and train to do something, then this probably won't be for you either. And I'm just telling you that up front. I know that maybe hinders my sales, but I'm just being honest. You're gonna waste your damn money because it ain't gonna work for you. As far as interaction with the dojo, we have lots of other ways of interacting. You should be watching all the videos. Please like all my videos on YouTube, post comments. The more you interact with the dojo, the more I'm gonna get to know you as a person, the more that I'm gonna better understand you and what it is you're looking for within the martial arts. And that interaction is what keeps you feel like you're part of something. You feel like you're part of the organization. You'll be attached to the student Kuden page. And as long as you stay active, you're on the Kuden page. Once you're not active anymore, we'll kick you off the page. I fluctuate people on that page all the time. If people aren't being active and staying active, then we just take them off. Being active doesn't always necessarily mean sending in review videos, okay? So I just want to throw that out there. Active within the organization. Are you liking the post, sharing the post, making comments, staying in contact with me, buying products, buying books and videos and all this kind of stuff, and making comments on Facebook or wherever you see some of my stuff, or I see that you're liking the stuff on Facebook, or again, whatever form of social media you're on. I mean, that kind of interaction is what I see that you're still being active within the organization. So as long as you're being active, then you're being active and we get to interact more and we can help you within your martial arts training. If you're not going to take it upon yourself to be active in the organization, so if you're going to be one of these people that, you're never going to like anything, you're not going to interact with me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or whatever social media you see me on, Tumblr or whatever. If you're not going to interact on any level at all, and you're just going to sit off in the distance and you think you're just going to watch a few videos and then send in your test, this organization again is probably not going to be for you. Well, we want interaction from our students. That's why they have the Kuden page. I post training drills, lots of solo training drills were posted on the Kuden page. I interact with all of my students. I make sure that everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing, how they're supposed to be doing it. When we shoot review videos, when you shoot review videos, sometimes the response that you get might be a text, might be an email back. It might be an email with pictures. I'll take screenshots of your video and I'll put a little arrow here and this is how to fix this. Or it might be another video from me just saying, hey, you did good here and here, but these mistakes here, I need to shoot a video because it's going to be a better review for you if I shoot a video and just explain it in a video. So there's lots of times I shoot videos back to students as a response to their review. That way they understand how to fix the problem ASAP. So this idea that online training is, you buy something and you're still all by yourself, that is absolutely not what we've painted here at the Budo. If you do join the Budo online Ninjutsu dojo, you will become part of the organization. You're going to be, part of various different pages, various different groups, various different forums, that will allow you access to talk to people, interact with people, maybe find people in your state that might be doing the same thing, and you guys can meet once a month to train. We also have 2 workshops every month here at the Hambu Dojo that you guys can come to. We have 3 Taikais every year. Specifically, we have the Daikomyosai every year that everybody should be marking on their calendar to get their ass here for that one particular training session for the year. That's basically our family reunion. It's our biggest one every year. So definitely want to come to the Daikomyosai if you guys are part of the Budo Yukai. And you're going to be part of something. So this isn't like you join something and you still feel like you're all alone. You might be training alone, but just because you're training by yourself doesn't mean you're really training by yourself. You're still with us, and we're still doing reviews, and we're still interacting. We also have live Skype classes if you're interested in that. You can do live classes where you can get into the like webcam classes and things like that if you're interested in that kind of thing. So we have lots of other options as well that we talk about once you get in that you can take advantage of as well if you want to do those things as well. Of course, those are extra. That's not part of the initial training program that you purchase with level 1. Skype classes and online classes and things like that is extra, but if you wanted to take advantage of that, we do offer that as well. So yeah, I think I've answered all the questions regarding you know, we don't sell the program all at once. I don't believe in that bullshit. To me, the people that do that are just, they're looking for the money. They're not looking to teach the arts. So you have to purchase level 1, pass level 1 before you go to level number 2. Yeah, you have to do a certain amount of reviews. I have to visually see you do X amount of reviews before you can take your test. You will have a certain criteria and a level of excellence that you will have to meet for you to pass that test, but you're going to know what that is when you join. We want you to be active within the organization. So this is an organization that we would like all the students to be and interact with. It's not one of those organizations where, you know, you can buy something and you're off all by yourself and we only hear from you once a year. You know, you can do that if you want. I'm not going to say that you can't. I'm just saying that, you know, we encourage everyone to get involved. If you guys have any more questions regarding online ninjutsu training taught here at the Budo Yukai, please put in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I'm sure that I have missed a ton of questions that you guys have. So if you have any questions at all, please put them in the comment section of this video. That way, if anybody else has questions, they can go down, they can scroll through the comment section, they can see some of the other questions that I've answered, and that might help them as well if they have specific questions. So yeah, if you have any questions at all, please put them in the comment section. I will answer them. Well, that way we can have them all right here in this one video, and it will help as many people as we can go into one source of information and just watching this particular video. Now, I will end with this. If you guys are interested in authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai bujutsu, not the bullshit, we're talking about authentic Koryu ninjutsu, authentic Koryu classical samurai bujutsu. If you're interested in that kind of training, you're also very interested in reality-based self-defense, the kind of stuff that's going to protect yourself on the street. None of the horse shit that you see people trying to pan off, just reality-based self-defense training. If you're interested in those kind of things, please check out our website at www.budoninjutsu.com. There you can see a list of our schools. You can see the 7 traditions that we teach. You can also look at the page called Goho no Keiko, which is the 5 areas of training, and you'll get a really good idea of the philosophy, the principles, and strategies that we really push within this organization to teach our students to be better at the martial arts. If you see all of that and you're really interested, but you don't live next to one of our dojos, please try out the online Ninjutsu Dojo. So thank you very much for your love and support. I will talk to all of you guys soon. Bye.